You're watching the 4-3-1-2 tactics, and in the back of your mind, all you're thinking is, well, I want to play narrow. Is this better than the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow? And that's what we'll be talking about today, so strap in. Let's get a definitive answer to you guys. More importantly, trying to get 150 likes. So don't forget to like the video, that's the goal. Let's head straight in. Are you fed up of coming against God Squad game in and game out?
What?
If so, make sure to head over to u7buy.com using the link in the description below. And don't forget to use code RAN at checkout for an extra little discount. So let's quickly talk about the setup and how I run the 4-3-1-2. So basically, obviously you got your two strikers. You got the cam in behind, needs to be unreal at dribbling and needs to be fast for the way I play it. Because the way it works is they'll actually run in behind a lot of time. Pace is kind of ideal. Obviously, if you have kind of one of the slower cams, like the Bernardo Silva, for example, he still will work to an extent, but sometimes will lack for pace. Ideally, you'd have somebody like Fekir, that Fekir cam. Unbelievable, because he can launch out as well. This problem with Vinicius at cam in this team is he can't quite shoot. A little bit of a letdown. Once again, somebody like Messi as well, just phenomenal there. But yeah, basically at your right center mid or left center mid, it's up to you. Doesn't really matter. With good passing, so I've gone with the rule breaker Bamba. Left center mid, you want your box to box, and then center mid is like your defensive midfielder, me. Fofana. Now, before we get into tactics, I'll quickly cover the difference between this and the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. So first thing is you can't defend in a 4-4-2 like you can in narrow because it doesn't quite line up the same. Defensively, the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow is going to be better if you play your cam on balanced. However, the counter-attacking potential is a lot higher in this with everybody on stay forward. It is quite nice, and the center mid is going to be higher up the pitch. Also, if you're using any sort of press, the summation is better as the CDM isn't sitting deep. You have a center mid which is pushed up who will sit in front of your opponent's cam rather than behind him. Other than that, both formations are extremely similar and pretty much the exact same. They're the only real two differences to go over. Realistically, it's really up to you. You won't find that much difference between both of them. So I would say just give each of them a go. Settle on one. For me personally, I prefer the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. I like defending as the flat 4-4-2. Just makes it a lot more solid, especially against the top tier players. So we got defensive and offensive tactics. So these are to start the game. The other ones are maybe if you go a goal down or you find like these are just not working. You want to switch it up. Got the width at 40, just keeping it extremely narrow. You got balanced defense style. You don't really want to run a press. You can use press after possession loss. It was a lot better last year. This year not as good. Leaves you vulnerable a lot of time, but definitely can be helpful if you need to try and get the ball back if somebody's just holding possession a lot. Depth, we're way up at 65. You can, on old gen, obviously put this down to 40. Depending on how you play, you can actually drop it at 30 if you really want to deepen counterattack. Or if you want to really be that more aggressive, even on old gen. With this formation, you probably could get away with 65 if you want to be quite aggressive with your kind of press, your natural press. Not using one of these presses, but just manually using a bit of second man press and running your defenders out. For the defensive, we're just keeping it quite balanced, and on the offensive, build-up play and chance creation. Kind of dictated by the instructions, which we'll get into momentarily. 40 whip to keep it nice and narrow. Just like keep it narrow. No need to like ruin its narrowness, if that's a word. Pleasant box, pretty standard at 6, and then 1-on-1. So with your strikers, you got stay forward, get them behind on both of them, and then with your cam, you got stay forward as well. So basically, those three are gonna stay up the whole game. It's really the transition attack, right? So you're gonna end up getting the ball with one of your midfielders, you're gonna driven pass up to your cam, and then he's gonna have the two strikers running in behind, providing those options, and it's a really, really fast counter attack. Left center mid is just balanced. Cover wing, center mid is stay back, cover center, and then the right center mid acts as that fake attacker, right? So once, if you don't get that initial counter attack after I was talking about, with your front three, your attacker will get in play and act as like a fake overlap, or somebody just kind of hold the ball in midfield and give the other three time to get in a better position. Also notice cover wing, and just because the fullbacks will be unbalanced in this formation to give you that extra bit of width. It can harm you defensively, of course. I feel like it does more good than bad, so that's why you have cover wing on these two wide center mids. They will fill in at fullback if the fullbacks are missing. Now over to attacking. This is quite aggressive, very similar to the 4-1-2-1-2 now. Defense pretty much the same. You can obviously drop this to 40 depth on old gen or PC, which is old gen. Build up play intense creation. We're just going fast build up, direct passing. We're just pinging this, flying forward, literally driven pass, driven pass, driven pass. That's all it is. Just running up the pitch. With the strikers, we don't have instructions because we have fast build up and direct passing. If you have to stay forward or getting behind on these, they fly offside. You'll have no passing options. Cam, however, does stay forward. You don't want him to drop back. You want to be ready to counter. Defensively, then it's a bit different here because these two are on stay back while attacking, because with fast build up and direct passing, they actually will go forward anyways. This is like kind of to make them not go as forward as much, so they'll still be in midfield and give you that option. The center mid being stay back, cover center, and then the right center mid, the attacking one, is going to be on balance, not get forward. Balance just to add a little bit more kind of him going forward than the other two center mids, but then obviously still cover wing. Now the fullbacks are on stay back, but with these tactics they'll push up a little bit. Just in case they do, you have cover wing just in case. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, a little explanation, these tactics work for you, make sure to leave a like. 150 likes is the goal. Subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications. I'll see you guys next time.